Alright guys, I wanted to show you, I remember now why I had that extra null up here. So when I click on this robot here, I actually added a null for the head so that when I move this, I can move the head back and forth. Okay, so you want to take that extra spare null, the green circle, move it to the top of the head, use your bone tool, click on that, click and drag from this point here at the pivot point where his head was, and then click and drag up to the null at the top that you set. Okay, so now we can actually start animating this character here, and so I'm just going to go to 1 second, and we're going to go ahead and right click, and we're going to insert frames. This is your armature layer here, and this is where like your actual animation is going to occur. So like right now it looks all the same. I'm going to go to frame number 5 with the playhead, and now I'm going to go ahead and move my null. So if I click on this, I can actually move the arm up here, and I'm going a little too high. So you got to adjust a little bit. Okay, went a little crazy there. Okay, so I'm going to readjust. And so as you see, when I adjusted it and moved it, the actual little like a diamond, black diamond shows you. So here, so now you can see the arm is actually bending. Okay, so anywhere that I leave my playhead and I adjust something, so say maybe I want this head to go side to side on that keyframe, it literally makes the keyframe for you. Okay, so then if I wanted to go ahead and now on this frame here, I'm also going to move this arm down, so I'm going to grab this null. And you have to adjust. This is one of those things you're going to get used to adjusting and learning, that it takes time to get used to this. So sometimes using the nulls helps, sometimes, so I have those there if I have to adjust and push in. And then when I watch again, woo, here he goes, okay? And then like with his legs, same thing. If I click on this, that really controls his foot, but now I want to move and adjust. So you can like reposition, and then you can have a little bit more control. So then if I move back, moving his leg. And so I want you to play around with him. I want you to try to do a walk. Like if I had really done this correctly, I kind of fudged it, because normally if his legs are a side view, because the way they're pointed, but then I did his body as a front view because I didn't feel like doing the side view. I was just like, I want to get this done. So I just went ahead and did the front view. That was quick. But normally, if you were doing this kind of character, you would like actually truly make him a side view versus this is the front, and then the legs don't really technically, they're not matching together. But I'm like, it's a cartoon and we're going to go with it. I'm going to move over to the next frame here. And like, if you think about it, this could be my contact. And then what I want to do, this position at frame 5 could be the contact, and maybe a couple frames over we could do the down. So this is where I could change and adjust things. And so it's literally like going in little by little, adjusting, and like maybe I need to pull this out. So that's where the nulls are nice, because then you can kind of adjust up and down and straighten if you need to. Also gets kind of a little wonky though, so sometimes you just don't want to do any sudden movements because everything's connected together. And so this would be maybe the down. So you can see where it can get a little tricky, and you're just getting used to how this rigging works. I will say it's not the best, but it's like just kind of getting used to it. Okay, so that would be the down, and I actually need to physically move him down. So let's see if I can just click him and move him down. And then this knee here, adjust. Ooh, that went wacky. Went wacky. I can just undo that. So you just can undo. And so there's my next keyframe. So it's a learning experience moving with this rigging, but you just have to be very patient, because since these are individual pieces, like I really wish like I'd kind of extended, like see this is breaking right here, and obviously I gotta move that up. So I gotta go back to that keyframe where it first started doing that, and then I'm just gonna have to adjust that. And if you need to, do your free transform, and then you can literally just move that piece. And if you need to rotate a little bit, adjust, and make things look like they actually need to look. And I'm going to switch because now my foot looks weird. So it's literally going in and adjusting the little pieces. And normally, like the neck piece, I wish I'd made it a little bit longer so that there was some overlapping going on with the head and the chest. So then if he moves too far one way or the other, you don't get the top of his, like, this weird gap. Okay, so you got to kind of watch out for things like that. Okay, but that's how you start animating your rigged character.